Hi, my name is Merian Dinkova, and I'm a licensed psychotherapist and ayahuasca retreat organizer. And I have developed a system on psychological, psychotherapeutic, and neo-shamanistic tools on navigating altered states in general, and especially on working with the ayahuasca experience in particular. And today I want to speak more about set. I know that a lot of people talk about set and setting being important. And it is indeed one of the first tools before we even go into navigation and then later integration is how do we prepare for the experience. And there is a lot out there being said about how to prepare around what to eat, what not to eat, how much to have sex or not have sex, which foods to avoid, or also how long to stay away from meds, or also there is also a lot out there said about what kind of shamans to choose, which is kind of what kind of people to work with, what environments to work with. But I want to also talk to you today about how to prepare yourself, which is how do you work on your attitude, how do you work on what thoughts to think, and how to prepare your mental and emotional vehicle for the experience the most. And one of the first thing is whether you're going to ayahuasca for healing or for spiritual transformation or to go into the matrix and figure out the secrets of the universe or multiverse, it's like, what is your attitude towards ayahuasca? What is your attitude towards that entity that, I mean, a lot of people call her grandmother in some traditions, or the great mother. I have worked with a lot of people in my retreats in Peru when I take groups to work with the local shamans, or in the ayahuasca preparation and integration packages that I offer, who have an attitude towards ayahuasca almost like either like an entity or a force that's gonna keep them accountable for all the things they did wrong in their life. So it's almost like this cosmic dominatrix that is gonna be holding them to the court about have they been good enough human. And it comes with this almost nervousness about like, you're gonna now show me all these things that where I have failed myself or other people, and you're gonna make me watch all these hard things about myself, and can I stand this? So it comes already with a certain anxiety and when certain attitude towards, I'm gonna call it her, just for, of course it is a energetic experience, and the plants are just the facilitators to these particular states of consciousness. But since ayahuasca seems to come with a very particular vibration, in particular almost a sense of entity, when people are in that space, which is different than acid and different than mushrooms, I want to stay with calling it her. I know that not that it matters, but in a lot of cultures she's being referred to as this female entity, or let's call it grandma, because there is a sense that intelligence gives a fuck. Like, it cares about you once you're really deeply in there and you have opened yourself up and surrendered. So I do want to help you create the kind of set and the kind of inner mindset where you can get the most out of the experience, by being the most open to that energy helping you in a deep way, and facilitating health and facilitating growth in ways that are most opening and most, in a way with least amount of resistance maybe. And a lot of the struggle people refer to in ayahuasca journeys is the resistance, is people resisting the experience. And one way to create resistance is by seeing it as a force that is here to punish you, or here to hold you to cosmic court, so to say. Another way is to build up resistance is by focusing on fear and on focusing on what can go wrong, and in what kind of ways it can become a scary and unpleasant experience. I work with a lot of people who, one of the main ways they emotionally prepare is by running a huge loop on all the things the scary things that can happen. They feel a big force of calling. They feel a big force of wanting to go and have ceremonies and experience that healing and experience the wisdom and the downloads that can happen in that space. But also a lot of their preparation goes into, what if I go crazy? What if I die? What if I lose my mind? What if I find something about myself that I'm not ready to face? And it goes to a lot of creative energy, and a lot of emotional good energy gets kind of in that place of what if, worst case scenario. And the thing is that usually we do face mostly the kind of things that we're emotionally ready to absorb. There is a reason. I mean, yes, some people do discover hidden memories in ayahuasca and so on, or hidden insights about themselves, but it's usually in the place when they're ready to face that about themselves or about their life. And with the people I have talked about, it does not bring them to pieces, but it's more the force that, although sometimes shocking and a lot to handle, is actually bringing things together. And it's making it almost easier to walk in the world and be themselves instead of harder. So in my experience, a lot of people, the mistake they make with the set is they prepare for the worst case scenario. And a lot of the energy that they bring to the ceremony is this like anxious fear, don't do it to me, don't do it to me, oh no, is this a sign that this is gonna happen, what if I don't come back, what if I go crazy? And with people who tend to go there, when I do work with them, I'm gonna give you some tips here too, of course, although it goes much deeper for people who reach out to me for individual work, which I do on Skype or on FaceTime with people from all over the world, unless you can catch me in person in my retreats, or if you come to the Bay Area or LA. And this is to recognize when you're going there into this worst case scenario mind and be able to bring it back to what you want, because usually the calling is very, very deep. The worst case scenarios are predictable. What if I go crazy? And the advice I give to people is, if you think you're gonna go crazy, just wait until the morning, and then get scared about it. Because my experience is people can have all kinds of experiences in which they go out of their mind, so to say, aka the mind is not the strongest predominating operating system during those experiences, or that they go to places that they had never experienced before. But yes, they do come back, and yes, they don't go crazy. And by the morning, usually people have such an enhanced sense of themselves and such a deep gratitude that it's almost too bad to waste too many hours entertaining what if I don't come back and what if I go crazy, when God is on the line wanting to talk to you, but you're so preoccupied with this little what if, worst case scenario programs. So I don't want to make this video too short, but also in the next video I want to give you more points of how to work on the set, so that you are able to approach the ceremony in the most centered, the most open, the most able to receive and able to surrender and able to be influenced and changed and reprogrammed state, without coming in with your virusware of fears and what ifs and resistances, when working with ayahuasca can be such an amazing, deeply nourishing experience that for so many people I have worked with, it's been the biggest experience of their lives. So how to prepare yourself to really receive that experience and make the most out of it. And in the next video we're going to talk about specific ways to recognize the programs that are cluttering either your mind or your emotional system, that can make it potentially harder to show up and be as open and receptive as you can be to one of the biggest experiences, hopefully, and the deepest healings and emotional and spiritual programming that is possible so far. And if you want to stay in touch, feel free to reach out to me. And if you do want to know more about my journey preparation and integration work, or to subscribe to the list to one of my retreats to Peru, go to my website, which is meriandinkova.com. The link would be attached, and subscribe to my newsletter. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you or see you in the next video. Bye.